Hey, welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Branson Quirk.
I'm Kara Rainwater.
The David trial is about to begin.
Yes.
The judge has ordered that this will go to trial, and that's not really a shock.
I'm not surprised. I think we all knew that was coming.
Not surprised in the slightest based on all of this evidence that is stacked against David. This was just broken about 2 minutes ago. The judge has ordered the case to begin within 90 days, and Los Angeles District Attorney Nathan Hochman is expected to speak soon with their reporters. They're out at the courthouse here in Los Angeles. So David is due back in court for arraignment on August 31st. Again, not a surprise.
Yeah, I'm not shocked at all.
And there are a lot that's come out. There's a lot that's come out today.
Mm-hmm.
The most notable being text messages that were shown in court. This is the preliminary hearing that has just wrapped up. So these text messages that were revealed during David's preliminary hearing show Celeste Rivas threatened to kill him and destroy his career one day before prosecutors allege that he murdered her. If you're just joining and you have no idea about this case whatsoever, it was over a year ago that prosecutors claimed that David was lying in wait, the singer David, for Celeste Rivas, who is very underage, to come to his house. The sexual relationship is one of the allegations and one of his charges. And again, lying in wait, in which she showed up. They've claimed that he stabbed her to death, in which she bled out on the floor. And then he dismembered her body, put it in his Tesla, or it made its way to the Tesla. There's a ton of evidence, including a pool that he had bought. They found plastic particles in her autopsy, which kind of proves that scenario, allegedly. Can't say, innocent until proven guilty, obviously. And among other things like a chainsaw, other materials that he had bought on Amazon under an Elias name and things like that. So, yeah, so these text messages that have come through, according to testimony, Celeste wrote, quote, "Oh my effing God, I swear to God, I'll kill you." She also allegedly threatened to strangle David, tell lies about him to her father, mutilate his penis, and, quote, end his career and his life. So reading this only kind of confirms what prosecutors were alleging. Saying that David, his career was threatened, felt threatened that if she went public with the relationship, that it would ruin him.
Right.
Which then comes to him lying in wait, planning this out, all the purchases, coming out, killing her, and now we're here.
Mm-hmm.
So continuing on, the next day, the messages appeared friendlier, with David arranging an Uber to bring Celeste to his home. At 10:02 p.m., Celeste wrote, quote, "Girly pop, I'm almost there. Open your door if you're home." 8 minutes later, David replied, "Gate open, door unlocked." TMZ reports Celeste never sent another text after that message. David continued messaging her, and this is where the text messages come in, where they said that he continued to message her phone after allegedly killing her,
Right.
to kind of cover his tracks, saying, "Uber said you're here. Where are you at? Hello, bro, Celeste." He later asked whether she had blocked him, said he would call someone named Jen, and continued asking for a response after midnight. Messages could potentially appear to create a trail, suggesting David did not know where Celeste had gone.
Mm-hmm.
So after I just read all this out to you, what's your make of this? Does this sound like a guy who's clearly trying to cover his tracks?
100%. Even the text messages, I really do believe that was after the fact that she was killed. So it's just such a scary situation, but I definitely don't think that he's innocent in this.
I mean, if they're trying to claim that she went missing on the way over to his house, never showed up and everything, that sounds so statistically improbable. I can't even begin to go off on it.
Yeah.
Like probability wise,
So
that her
slim.
Uber didn't show up or she didn't show up, and he said, "Your Uber says you're here. Where are you at?"
There's the chances that are just so small. Like,
That is I don't know what the defense is going to do, but the defense is continuing on in this preliminary hearing. The defense team today in court claims Celeste Rivas' family knew she was spending time with him, and in some cases approved her traveling with him on tour and overseas. The evidence was presented today during the 5th day of David's preliminary hearing. His attorneys argued the family knew something was happening between Celeste and David and did not intervene. The defense alleges Celeste's sister traveled with Celeste and David to one of his Las Vegas shows. Celeste's parents signed a notarized travel form allowing her to travel to London for 1 week in 2024 without other family members. We reported that the claims appear to conflict with Celeste's father, Jesus Rivas, previously said through attorney Patrick Steinfeld that in May, Jesus reportedly said he had never had any contact with this guy. Jesus also said the family never received money from David. The family never received money from anyone in David's family. And prosecutors previously presented evidence that included graphic photographs of Celeste's decomposed body. Alleged text messages prosecutors say showed David and Celeste had a sexual relationship when she was 14 years old. So this is contradicting what her father had been saying. But that's where I was so confused, because the family, how could they not know that their daughter went to London, overseas to Europe with this guy, when you cannot take someone across the sea without proof, or not proof, like proof of a family allowing her to go with someone who's clearly not her guardian, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's just such a scary situation. And, you know, I do think like maybe the parents did know, but not to the full extent. You know, it's really hard to tell. And
there were times where the police had gone to Beverly Hills to pick her up or Hollywood Hills, when David was out there. She allegedly went there to see him, and they went and got her. Police and brought her back to her home in Lake Elsinore, which is about 2 hours from LA.
Right.
So how could they have not known about this? I'm sure that I'm not going to speculate, but I'm just curious what the defense is going to do, because the defense very early on, quote, his attorney said that David did not cause her death. That was the choice words. He did not cause her death, whatever that means. Yeah, it's very choice word.
Yeah, why different? Yeah, definitely for sure.
It's not like he said, well, he didn't kill her. He didn't say that.
It didn't cause
her death.
Very strange choice of words.
Based on that statement alone, and I'm not saying this is true whatsoever, but based on him saying he did not cause her death, and now that they're showing that she threatened to kill him, what I'm now getting is that they may claim that she brought this on herself.
Or self-defense or something.
She put him in a corner. She threatened to blackmail him, which doesn't warrant killing somebody.
Of course not.
But they may use it to get out of the death penalty, which we don't know if it's been ruled out yet, or that they may use it to get him, a lesser sentence or a lesser charge, or maybe they can't use this in court because she was threatening to kill him or threatening his life, whatever it is. I don't know, but it's not looking good for David.
It's not. Ugh.
It's just not. Most cases you can be partisan on it. But this one, it's like, look at the evidence.
It's so much evidence.
He didn't do a good job in whatever he was trying to do.
Yeah,
so
terrible situation.
Moving on to another story that has captivated the world. Everyone is trying to find answers on this, and including authorities and the family. Nolan Wells. We now have sources who are telling us that Nolan was seen on the island. At least 2 people were interviewed. And this is not the only people who have allegedly said that. His self-proclaimed best friend also came out in an interview recently, an actual interview on camera, and said that he had seen him at 3 p.m. That was when he last saw him. And then he claims he had spoken personally to someone who saw him at 6 p.m. that day. The boat allegedly left the island at 4:30. So what he's basically saying is, how could we have done something to Nolan
if someone else saw him after the fact?
If someone had saw him after the fact. So, source with direct knowledge, like I said, the reported sightings are significant, because some listeners interpreted the enhanced emergency call audio as possibly containing the phrase, "Is he dead?" That's been going everywhere. There's this 911 call from the boys on the boat as they're coming back to Horn Island saying that our boat is sinking. But in the background, you hear just chaos, screaming, yelling, and internet sleuths are making their claims, saying that they hear things like, quote, "Is he dead?" They claim that they hear the name Nolan, check his chest, things like that. So we're going to play this emergency call that's been enhanced, and you can make the decision on what you think they're saying.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn. No, we do not need that.
It's tough, you know. It's like one of those things where internet sleuths listen to this and then they start putting text on the screen for me. So while I'm listening to it on X,
You can
Twitter,
almost hear it.
I hear it. It's kind of like someone says oh no, they clearly say peanut butter and jelly. Like, see? Or it's like, oh, but no, they're actually saying this. But I mean, I don't know.
It's so weird because I feel like I can hear the name Nolan, but then at the same time, like I'm just still unsure. Like it sounds like it could be a lot of different words. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's just scary, honestly.
I mean,
What
if
do
the
you
boat
think?
is sinking, then yes, there would be chaos. I'd be screaming
Right.
too. But here's my argument on this entire call is that why would they call 911 and ask for assistance with the boat sinking? First off, lie about it, ask for the boat assistance, whatever it is, when they then decided to just get rid of the body, which is what people are claiming. Why would you call emergency services to ping where you are with a cell phone and have them already on their way? Like they could have been, like they didn't know, they could have been 4 minutes away on the water.
Right.
And all of a sudden they show up and they find Nolan dead in your boat.
But at the same time, maybe they called to kind of cover their tracks, you know? So it really can go both ways.
Say that the boat is sinking and then
But then really,
it does sound a little bit like all of a sudden he's like, our boat's sinking. We know. But then eventually they actually didn't even use the help from emergency services.
yeah, and it also just
Someone
doesn't-
else came along.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like he's in like a state of like fear either. Like it, you know, it
Yeah,
kinda,
I
it
don't
just
know.
sounds so weird.
But also, it's possible that when he was saying this to come help us with the boat sinking, that maybe someone came up to him and was like maybe like motioned like don't tell them. You know what I mean? And he was like, "Oh, our boat's sinking."
And made something up on the spot.
Right. Made something up on the spot. How do they resolve this? How do they resolve this?
That's the thing. I don't know. Like it just seems like it's kind of like all over the place. We're hearing so many different things, but somebody has to know something. That's
And you know, there's two people on the island, Horn Island, that claim that they saw him at 6 p.m.
But how do we prove that?
How do you prove that? How do we know they didn't just see someone who looked like Nolan? Or like, for example, like if I'm on the beach and I see 10 dudes surfing, they all have blonde, long hair. I'm in Hawaii, whatever it is. And someone asks me that, and I'm not friends with any of these people. And they just say, "Oh, I think I did see that person." I might say, "Oh, I did see them." You know, how do you prove it? But now that there's witness testimony, two people unrelated, allegedly, and you have his best friend saying that, and then also someone that he personally talked to. If they are covering their tracks, I'll be honest, they're doing a good job at it. Like they are doing a good job at it.
Yeah.
I don't know how prosecutors or any case could prove that these guys killed Nolan. And someone made a really good argument on X saying that if he did kill Nolan on the boat, there have been no signs of it since they looked at the boat. I don't know.
It's so many questions.
No, and I'm not trying to make light of it or anything. I'm not trying to look at it insensitive or anything. It's just like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make any sense.
It's just all over the place, but I really hope there's some answers soon.
And there were a lot of people on the island. I want to include that as well. It wasn't just these friends. If it was just the friends and Nolan, it'd be way like I would be like, oh my gosh, like how?
100% had to, yeah.
But they were on this island with like apparently there was like 1,000 people on the island.
Yeah.
So in that situation, everyone's looking at his friends, but it's like, how do we know he didn't get into a fight with somebody else on the island? For all we know, Nolan could have gotten into a fight with someone else on that island that's completely unrelated to the friends. And that person is out there and has and is good, basically.
Yeah.
And they're looking at the friends. Like, why would they look at me? I'm just some random guy who got in an argument while I was drunk with Nolan.
Right. Since it was so many people on the island, it does it leads to some questions, honestly.
Yeah. I think that they'll get to the bottom of it. It's just going to take a while.
Hopefully soon. I really want his family to have some answers.
Yeah, and this takes us even closer. This 911 phone call is very important, but they've had this since the beginning. So if they've had no leads in the beginning, no leads now, and they had us the whole time, I mean, it's really just internet sleuths at that point.
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, someone said maybe Nolan in the background. That's not going to hold up in court. It's just not.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's just not. All right.
So scary.
Super scary. I think we just end it there. I was going to talk about John Cena and his hair transplant, but we've done that a million
We've had some heavy topics today.
Yeah, we've got heavy topics. And then I want someone clicking on the case of David on the thumbnail, and then they're in here, and I'm talking about John Cena's hair. So we'll keep it as a respect to Celeste Rivas and Nolan Wells' family. So any comments, Tony? Comment time.
Comments.
Yes, we do have some comments. Brandon is saying Kara is such a great content creator. She does a fantastic job for TMZ.
Oh, thanks.
Agreed. She's one of the best.
Thanks. I appreciate that so much.
I always see her making their videos. Yeah.
Krista says you subpoena everyone on that boat for questioning. That's how you solve it.
Yeah, I imagine that they probably have tried, and then the lawyers are like, "Nope, you're not talking to my client. Why would you need to talk to my client?" Or they're like, "We're going to make a deal. You want to talk to my client?" Sorry, I watched too much Better Call Saul.
And that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, all right, everyone. Well, you let us know your opinions, and we'll see you back here in the morning.
Yes, we'll see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.